And we are live. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you are in the world. Welcome to another edition of the Living World of Darkness. This is a scene for the vampire venue. Tonight is the night where the Battledome prelims begin. Duke Mericana's Battledome, where individuals who wish to join the Sapphire Team Invitational are are gathering to witness this collision of catastrophe. And there's probably close to 60 or so individuals, some of them clearly kindred, some of them looking like they might be ghouls, and some of them might be looking like they're party favors. It's hard to say. But as it stands, 3 individuals from the Camarilla have showed up tonight. And we will start off with some of those members making their way in.
Rex chimes in with a "Haven't you people ever heard of?" Not really. I assume there's like a waiting area, or.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Rex is here and ready to rumble. Some dude was talking shit, and he's ready to make him pay up. So Rex is in this room, standing back, leaned against the wall, and he's got some bandages to wrap around his knuckles and his wrists, bit of his forearm, etc. And he's there waiting, just getting the wraps ready, looking around.
And if Opal is talking, she is muted.
Opal is not far behind Rex. Kid honestly has no idea what she's getting into, but she figures if someone's gonna start something outside the ring, it's gonna start around Rex, and yeah, she doesn't want to leave him without anybody watching his back.
Well, as you're milling about, you're not up with the crowd. The crowd is all in the upper levels. You have been instructed by your invitation to head down to the competitor's floor, and there seems to be a couple of people down there. It sounds like there is a fight currently going on, and people cheering. You can see some of the people that put out various challenges, sort of over in their corners with their managers, so to speak. And as Rex and Opal make their way in, along with, I'm guessing, Mitchell, a young woman makes her way up, smoking a cigarette. So, you two, you 3, you're the ones from the Cami, right? Cam. Ivory Tower.
That's the one.
You're right.
All right, so would you 3s like follow me?
Sure. Opal looks at Rex with an eyebrow raise, but follows after.
Yo, where'd the lower half of your shirt go?
It's a fashion statement, Toots.
Who cares? She's hot.
All right.
And she'll lead you to sort of like this fenced-off area. It looks like it goes underneath. You can actually see the door on the other side that will open up to let someone out into the fighting pit. And there's like basically like a bench on each side of the room for people to sit on. And there's actually a CCTV screen that's filming or that's streaming in the action in the middle of the ring out there. And you can see that there's two people going at it, clearly blessed with the art of celerity, and they are bouncing off of the walls, streaking across the screens, attacking each other. Every so often, there's the sound of the crowd just cheering as one might manage to land a blow on the other that sends blood spattering across the floor. And this continues on for a bit as the young woman seems to be working on some paperwork with a clipboard, and the three of you can sort of mill about.
Yo, question: are these allowed? As he holds up his brass knuckles.
So, what's allowed? Guns. We allowed knives, knucks, bats, that sort of thing. Nothing that's on fire, nothing that's magically enhanced. So if you got any gifts from the Chimere, you got to leave them behind.
Like we're on that party list. All right.
Speaking of which, and she'll hold out 3 syringes. I need a sample of blood from each of you.
Why the fuck for?
So, essentially, when you go out, if you get knocked out, you end up going out. You don't want to be bloodbound to anybody, do you?
Fair point. Opal will roll up the sleeve of her jacket, hold her arm out. Do it.
And she'll plunge the needle in and inject or withdraw an entire vial full of blood. Set it down on a tray. She'll walk over to Mitchell.
In the spirit of professionalism and to hold like credibility as an organization, you guys ain't gonna try and fuck with us with this, as he points to the syringes.
Wouldn't be able to stay in business if people didn't trust us with what we're doing. Basically, after it's done, the vial is yours to keep.
I want the needle too.
I mean, normally we kind of throw that kind of stuff away, but if you want the needle, sure. We can accommodate if you want. We actually got a little something that allows it to stay viable for quite a long while. Maybe it'll be something you can use later down the line as in a pinch.
All right, I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole.
And she'll hand a syringe to Mitchell and to Rex.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, Rex will go ahead and boop his vein.
I take it body armor is unsportsmanlike.
I mean, if you want to go ahead and wear body armor out there, go by all means. But people are going to call you a pussy ass bitch if you do.
Like I said, unsportsmanlike.
For anyone paying attention to Opal, when she takes her blood with the syringe, she looks like she's done this before. She's way too comfortable doing this.
All right. So each one of you is going to be given a bronze rank. That means you are now officially in the league. And she'll hand out 3 medals, which are made of bronze, and they have each of your names on them, and they have the emblem with a certain somebody's face on it, smiling, almost looking like he's winking.
God damn it. Mitchell just says, God damn it, Jeff Goldblum.
All right, so first up tonight we have It looks like we've got Black Opal versus Kali. Can't wait to see how this goes.
Hey, while he's waiting, you got a pair of knucks?
Yeah, a spare one if you need them.
Appreciate it.
So, a couple of ground rules you should know. Only physical disciplines are allowed. So if you got some of that, like, you know, spiritual mumbo jumbo shit, or anything else that's not considered just a very common thing, like fortitude, potent, celerity, can't use it in a bronze level match. It wouldn't be very sporting.
All right.
You go tell Torpor if somebody drops or submits, the fight is over. If you do not adhere to that, the houseboys will descend upon you and finish your match for you.
Sounds kinky.
And if you go into frenzy, you automatically lose.
All right.
Any other questions?
None.
Not right now. But might have some questions for you after.
She'll look Opal up and down. Sorry, hon, you're not my type.
Aww.
And she'll turn on her heel and walk out.
That's a pity. I'd really like to bite those hips.
And there is a prompt, and it signifies to Opal that it is her turn to get into the staging area in front of the door.
All right, landmines. Go knock him dead.
Opal slides her jacket off and tosses it to Mitchell. Thanks.
You got this. Hit it in the coochie.
Oh, I'm gonna hit it all right.
Yeah.
And she'll head up to the staging area, wait for her cue.
All right. Well, as you do, you get up, and it's basically just a chain link fence with some like aluminum siding on it, so it obscures you a bit, but you can actually see out through like some gaps in the metal, and you can see that what the arena looks like. It's basically a fighting pit, and you can see a person sitting on a chair, looks extremely extravagant on a sort of a lonely island that overlooks the entirety of the arena floor, and it looks like they are carting somebody out who is obviously in torpor. And there is there's sort of like the interlude sort of music passes by. And the man will stand up and walk up to a microphone, which seems to be a permanent fixture. And he'll tap on it once. Well, children, that was quite the spectacle, if I do say so myself. So, next up, we've got one of the first challenges tonight that was levied from the Independents across to the Ivory Tower. So please, if everybody would put their hands together, we will begin this grudge match off right. And music begins to play. And he looks over towards Opal's side as the gate opens. Coming in at 5'10", weighing in at a dainty 173 pounds, that is. Representing Queens, it is the Blossom of War, the ravishing Black Opal. And there's fairly muted, but there is some applause, some whistles, but there are quite a few boos, as you all represent an authority figure. But the spotlights come down on Opal, and Opal, you are free to make your entrance.
Opal struts out, almost like she's on the catwalk. She's got her steps timed to the tempo of the music, and she takes a moment to turn. She'll wave to the crowd, and hop up and down on her feet. And when people start booing, she'll look up in the direction and she'll shout, "You want some of this? You come down and get it, you little sons of bitches!"
And then the crowd went silent.
Someone in the crowd frenzies.
I don't know if Vinny's talking, but he's muted.
And you begin to hear some chants from the majority of the crowd that are starting to shout, "Kalima! Kalima! Kalima!" And music begins to play. And Duke Mericana stands up as the lights go dim, music begins to play, the lights begin to go through a very eclectic red, black, sort of flashing. And as the gate on the opposite side of Opal opens, there's just this thick cloud of black shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, give the biggest, warmest welcomes, fighting out of the abyss, weighing in at 150 pounds, the dark, the destructive, the deadly, Kalima! And the woman makes her way forward, sort of stiff-legged, her eyes sort of fixed on Opal, and as her music's still playing, she raises up an arm. It seems almost as if it's too stiff to move, and she just curls all of her fingers in except for one and points across at Opal before raising up her arms and turning to her adoring fans as they begin to cheer savagely and loudly, making it quite clear who the favorite is to win this little bout. Does Opal respond in any way, seeing all of this going on?
Opal watches coldly. She flexes her shoulders, one of which still has a bandage on.
And she holds up a hand, and a mic comes down from the ceiling, like one of those old, like, metal microphones with the slots in them, and she takes it and looks over. "Well, my horde is here to watch me take down yet another member of the Camarilla and earn my place this year once again in the Sapphire King's Invitational. I've heard a lot about you, Black Opal. You can fight, but you've never faced anything like me, my dark gemstone. Do you have any words to say or do you need to go back to your prince to ask for permission? And she'll swing the microphone towards Opal.
Opal will take the microphone, and for a moment, it seems like she's channeling Rex, because the first words out of her mouth are, "Nah, fuck that asshole. I don't need his permission to speak. I know you think I'm from the Camarilla. That makes me some kind of precious, good little girl, and she can fight, but oh, can she really fight? Oh, I'm here to show you, Kali. I can fight, and you're going down tonight. And when I'm done, down the road. When I'm done, well, let's just say you'll be going down tonight more than one way." And she'll toss the microphone back.
And there's a hushed silence from the crowd. And go ahead and roll me your charisma plus expression, Black Opal, to see if the crowd gets on your side or not.
Alrighty. I've got a good dice pool for this. I'm probably going to fuck it up.
Well, you know how Discord likes to be.
Yeah. Difficulty 6?
Let's say 7 because they're not with you just yet.
Alrighty. 4 successes!
Holy shit. All right. So the crowd suddenly, shifts a little bit, and there's, well, might as well just say it, a tectonic shift. And about half of the crowd begins to chant out, "Oh, Paul, oh, Paul." And then there starts a, "Oh, Paul, oh, Paul." And the microphone raises up into the air, and Duke Mericana steps out. "Well, let the festivities begin in this lovely match between two lovely women." And then a loud gong rings out as there's just this, and it's time to roll initiative.
And the battle music shifts to "Get it on, bang a gong, get it on, bam, bam."
Yep.
16 for Opal.
14 for Kali. So Opal is going first.
All right, and Opal's not pulling any punches. She is going to clear whatever distance is between her and Kali as fast as possible. And go for a nice roundhouse punch. And I am spending to activate Potent.
Okay.
Let's see. Two successes, assuming the difficulty is 6.
Okay. It is. So you get 2. So it is going to be your strength +2 because I do believe that brass knucks do +1 lethal.
Nope.
Nope.
They are just standard damage. They just turn bashing into lethal.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then the automatic plus the automatic assessment potent. That is, whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes on
Very
the damage.
Nice. You put greater than 1. You got to put that equal in there.
Oh shit, you're right.
It doesn't matter. I can still see. But I will roll her soak. She will spend a blood for fortitude.
With potence, that's 6 damage you're doing, Heather.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she soaks 3 of it. She takes 3. So just mark these off. And she is going to spend for potence and celerity on her turn. And she will spend a willpower to ignore wound penalties as she comes back, spinning around with a knife in hand. Equal to 4. It's 2 successes. So that is going to be her strength, which is 3, plus 2, which is 5, and she's got 2 automatic damage for. Hopefully you have 3 lethal coming your way.
Ooh, okay. I think I can soak that. I do!
Very nice. So the blade comes raking across you and just slides across your skin, not really damaging that undead flesh. But it does cut a nice big hole in whatever shirt you're wearing across the belly. And she has an extra action.
So does Opal, because Opal spent celerity as well.
Did Opal spin for celerity?
No, Opal spends for potence.
Yeah.
Oh, my apologies.
All right. So
I'm trying to ration my blood here in case I need it, because I might need it for something else.
okay, so E10 greater equal to 6, failure 1. I didn't say if she spent for potence, did I?
Yes.
Okay, so I thought. If I hadn't, we could have just ignored it, but that's fine. 2. So that is 4 lethal that comes at Opal this time.
Ouch. And she soaks one.
And the tables are now evened. And we are back at the top of initiative. It is Opal's turn. And as Opal, in this quick flurry of movement, uses her brass knuckles and just clocks Rosemary across the chin, which scrapes off a good portion of skin off of it, or sorry, Kali. And as she basically reverses along the same blade path that she had already cut, opens up Opal's stomach, the crowd, all of them cheer, and there's about a 50-50 mix of people clapping and then shouting the names of their favored fighter. So it is Opal's turn.
It's time for a little retaliation. Opal's gonna grab her knife, and she is going to, you know what? I'm gonna call it because it's retaliation. She's going to aim right for Kali's tits to slice them open.
Okay, that is going to be a +2 difficulty for a called shot.
They don't look that small.
And in the case of Opal, it would be a -3 difficulty if she were going to retaliate that way because of those landmines.
Yep.
Don't forget your dice penalties.
Yeah, so that is 3 and 3. So I will be rolling 5 dice.
Okay.
And I got
2 to the tit. Let's see if her tits are strong enough to handle that.
1 for each tit.
She so
Only just 2. Fuck.
the nipple parries the blow.
Oh my god.
Some
All right.
could say tit for tat.
Kali is going to spin for potence and celerity as well this round. And she will spend a willpower point. That's 5 successes. Her strength, 3 plus 5 is D10. 6 and 1. Oop, blip, blip. Hashtag Poke2. Can you soak me 6 lethal black opal?
I can try to soak through. And I only soak 1.
I do believe Opal is taking herself a little nappy nap.
Let's see.
She was at 3 damage. She just took 5, so that is 8. Not enough to kill you, but definitely enough to torport you.
Yeah, you're right. I just filled it in.
And the crowd goes crazy. This first match, as most matches, don't last all that long between fighters. But there is a definite roarish chant. And the young lady who's got that Jersey accent comes up with a vial of blood. Looks like it's been transferred into something more like a glass container, very stylish looking. And she'll pop the top and pour it into Opal's mouth, which will allow her to spend to heal up to as much as she like. But she will have to She will have to heal at least 2 of the damage.
Okay.
So if you would like, you can spend only 2, or you can spend more. It's up to you.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna go ahead and spend 4.
Okay. So that will take you from 6 to 4 lethal. So, as the crowd is enjoying what they've seen, Duke Mericana stands up, and it looks like we have ourselves a winner. And our winner is Carly. And the crowd that's completely on the side of Carly, of course, cheer for her. But as the applause breaks down, you hear a chant, both these women. And Duke Americana looks around. Well, it seems like the crowd has decided to show some respect for the newcomer. I'm not looking for just winners. I'm looking for people who the crowd can get behind because, as we all know, the Sapphire King's, all of his festivities must be quite over the top. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say? Does Opal get to go into the Invitational or not? And because you had 4 successes, getting the crowd on your side, there is a good number of people that definitely start making noise, enough where where Duke Mericana raises up both hands. Well, what I present to you the winner of this first round, Kali Ma Black Opal. Do you accept an invitation to the Sapphire King's Invitational for charisma in battle?
I accept, and I will redeem myself.
And
she'll spread her arms out and take a bow, very theatrically.
And Kali comes over and she'll grab Opal's wrist and raise Opal's hand up into the air. And she'll lean over so she can talk into Opal's ear because you're not going to hear otherwise. We'll be looking to see more of you in the Invitational.
Opal will smile and she'll say to her, I'm looking forward to seeing more of you in the Invitational.
Well, I'll be looking to prune this rose from the bush. And she'll lick her lips, and she walks away in that very sort of stiff-legged, zombie-like shuffle back to her corner as her music plays out in the background. And Opal's gate opens for her to return back to her comrades.
And that is exactly what Opal does. She doesn't look great. She's limping, she's bloody, her shirt's cut open, her stomach's kind of messed up.
Hey.
When she gets back, Mitchell says, "You lost."
I made a mistake. I held back.
That's all right. You going back for the Invitational.
Oh, yeah.
You bring that knee right up in the taint. Make her feel it.
Yeah. Well, that's a plan.
I'll be lucky if I even get that far. These places are not my style.
Personally, I'm thinking I put my boot to her head and see if I can make it pop off like it's a soccer ball.
A little too vicious there, buddy. Remember, no murder yet.
Yet.
Woman who is
You're right.
The woman who is acting as your group's attendant sort of raises a brow. She's standing there with a clipboard. Oh, honey, you gotta earn a spot to be able to participate in a red match. Red card matches are earned by those that perform well. And people definitely want to see whether they'll rise or fall. And she'll kind of gesture to the gaps in the gate as other music begins to play and two more competitors are introduced. And you can hear Duke Mericana say something to the effect of, and as of course as promised, our red card of the night. And, you hear one person being introduced who is booed almost out the door. Sort of tall, got long black hair, black goatee, tattoos on bronze skin. Looks like he's wearing a vest and black BDUs. And then a raucous, very deep, disturbing music begins to play, and there's actually a sound of thumping as what can only be described as the biggest, scaliest man you've ever seen comes out from the other corner. I give to you the Invitationals champion from last year. And that's what the crowd actually does. A lot of And you watch this battle take place. It's not anywhere near as fast-paced as Opal and Kali's. And this guy basically just soaks up hit after hit from this other guy. The other guy's got two blades in each hand, and he is just hitting and seemingly to do nothing until it seems that the scaly man has had enough, and he grabs a hold of the individual by the neck and then just pulls down on the rest of his torso until it pops off. And Ash falls to the ground, and there is an thunderous applause.
Mitchell just looks at that. That's not a match. That was a fucking massacre. That's what that was.
Holy shit. Are they always that unbalanced?
Well, every now and then somebody does have a bit of a wild hair up their ass. Sometimes there are people that have displeased the Sapphire King in some way.
Got it.
It's always the Sapphire King's people, so don't worry, you're not his people.
Good to
That's
know.
good to know.
All right, next up is Mitchell. Are you ready, Sweetie?
Ready as I'll ever be. And he takes off his shirt. Just goes in bare-chested.
Fuck him up.
And your gate opens up. And your music hits. And introduce him. Coming from the south corner, weighing in at 196 pounds, standing at 6'5". He is the Bruja that gets all the ladies wet. He is Mitchell.
Vinny, we typed in another one down below.
Oh.
I love you. We'll go with it.
That'll be your invitational. That'll be your invitational introduction. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's all right. Mitchell will just step by step walk in the middle of the ring, just raise his arms and roar at the crowd.
You seem to get a better reception than Opal did initially. It might be because you were called out as a Bruja, and you can see a lot of people who fit that motif of almost stereotypical Bruja. Certainly going in to cheer you.
Wah, 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 wah. Mitchell's gonna just go traditional rave style, like wah, 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 wah. Vinny, are you muted again?
Sorry about that. There is a hush in the crowd, and the next music begins to play. And fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, we have someone coming in who weighs 213 pounds. He stands a staggering 6'3". He is the man with the psychotic fists, the lunatic, psychotic Paulie D. Whose picture I did not put up on the minicam. And he comes out, looks fairly unhinged as he just pulls off his jacket and slams it down, rips his shirt in half. The crowd seems to be loving it, eating it up, and he'll actually climb up onto one of the one of the fence lines and raise up to the crowd level. And he shouts loud enough to just be heard by you, Mitchell. Who wants me to take out this sellout? Wouldn't even stand up for his brothers and sisters. And the Bruja begin to chant for him, along with a few others. You can see a contingent of regular faces from the Camarilla that seem to be booing him fairly fervently. Would Mitchell like to shout anything to the crowd to perhaps win them over?
This coming from a man who can't even come up with his own name, Carly D. Come on.
Go ahead and roll me your charisma and expression.
I don't have expression. I will spend a point of willpower.
Very well.
Two successes.
You get a mild response, but it seems that Paulie D is definitely the one who has the crowd rooting for him. And so he squares off with you as he hops down. You can see that he's got wrapped hands, but you can definitely see the ridges of brass knuckles underneath them. Glad you actually decided to show up. Was thinking you might puss out being all domesticated and shit.
Wouldn't be worth the blood if I didn't show up, was it?
At least you got that much going for you, punk.
Oh, you going that route, you little bitch. Bring it, little man.
And he'll look at Mitchell, and then he'll look at the crowd and he'll hold both arms up, and there is a roarous applause. And then he'll turn back to Mitchell and smirk, seeming as though he's trying to goad you into seeing if you can get a cheer off from the crowd.
See, this is why I'm not good at these things. I'm not good at these things, Vinny.
So Mitchell just kind of stays stoic.
Mitchell. God, what would Mitchell? Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. Mitchell's gonna walk up to this dude, and seeing as he's taller than him, is just gonna plant a hand on his head.
Does he pat him on the head?
He just pats him on the head.
All right, give me your manipulation, and I'll give it to you, brawl. Difficulty 7 to win over the crowd.
That's a better dice roll. No successes. Oh no.
The crowd doesn't raise up for you. In fact, when you walk over, that seems to draw more jeers. You get more heat from the crowd as you disrespect the crowd favorite. And Duke Mericana stands up. It is time for this battle to begin. And the gong rings, and it's time to roll initiative.
All right.
You're going first, buddy.
I am going first.
Good
so shit. Mitchell's gonna spend the blood point. Because yeah.
Yes.
A while ago, Mitchell drank lupine blood. So this, in mechanics terms, gives him an extra dot of potence and gives him an extra celerity action. And we'll spend another 1 blood point for celerity.
So it would seem that Mitchell has finally decided to get all hopped up on Fuck Thunder today.
Mitchell's gonna put this guy through the wall.
All right then.
He's literally just going to full on wham him straight in the gut.
All right. And are you spending for potence as well?
Yes.
Okay. So don't forget that you have an extra automatic test then from your Fuck Thunder.
Yeah, I just need to hit him first.
Yeah.
1,
I think you do.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
All right. So it's going to be your strength plus
6. Plus 2 because of good right hook. So my strength is 3, 9, 11. Yep. 3, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 lethal.
Tell me how you knock him through the wall.
Okay, so as the crowd just boos and lays on the heat on Mitchell, Mitchell just, as soon as the gong rings, Mitchell takes a single step back, rears back and plants his fist straight into this guy's gut as he just flies back and lands himself into the wall and just crumbles, absolutely crumples there.
Yeah, and Pauly D just hits the ground and goes stiff as a board, and there's just a hushed tone that comes over the crowd. And then one of the Camarilla Brujas ghouls, young lady named Susie, just screams out, "I love you, Mitchell!"
And I love you, person!
And the Camarilla Bruja definitely lead the cheer, but the cheer comes from it's a unanimous cheer that comes up. And Duke Mericana steps out. And it would seem that we have ourselves a winner here. Mitchell, fighting out of the South, you have won yourself an entry into the Sapphire King's Invitational. Max, are you talking?
Yeah, sorry. Something came up. I did not hear what you said at all.
Oh, the Sapphire King, or Duke Americana, congratulates you and tells you that you have entry into the Sapphire King's Invitational in a most impressive fashion.
Mitchell raises his arm, does a little swing of it, bows, and then blows a kiss to him.
And you hear a ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. And your gate opens.
He'll just stride on back without even looking at Polly D.
Polly D is currently being peeled off the floor.
Yeah, he'll go walk towards his gate and enter and just sit down again. It's like, that's how you win.
Opal is going nuts, jumping up and down. She's been cheering for him. She's coughing. She doesn't look that great. She probably shouldn't be exerting herself this much. But fuck it, that was amazing.
Rex is punching one of the bars to make it ding real loud. With a big old toothy smile on his face.
I thought it was gonna be hard. This wasn't hard.
Yeah, well, you don't fight stupid. Apparently I did.
I just use what my mama gave me.
Yeah, your mama and am I right? Or am I wrong?
Your toad's right.
Damn. So how does it feel?
You know, pretty fucking good.
Awesome.
Being able to put that fucking annoying little shit through the wall. Oh, that was just a fucking bonus.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that shit myself.
Well, you're up in a bit. So,
I don't know
pick a
who you're
wall.
fighting, Rex, but yes. Pick a
Pick a
wall,
wall and bust their heads through it.
knock them into the next building.
I'm gonna make them taste the floor. Tell me what it tastes like.
Nice. So, as Mitchell's going to turn to our assistant,
Hmm.
What usually happens when you win or lose? Do you go up or down ranks or some shit?
Oh, well, sweetie, this is kind of like an invitational sort of thing. So you basically just gain entry into the Sapphire Kings tournament, so to speak.
So these are just the prelims, the little tip of the iceberg, just for show, eh?
Well, it allows people who don't have a reputation to kind of like get into the whole mix, and it allows the people that are new to the area to get into the mix. And considering that the Sapphire King relocated to this area, um, and you now have an alliance with him, yeah, you guys are going to be given a chance to get into the whole thing. Anybody who wants to get in has at least an opportunity to get in.
How nice of him. Mitchell's gonna look towards the ring again, contemplating.
And the sound of a few more matches continue to go on, and you see various individuals fighting it out. Some of them are impressive, some of them aren't. None of them are quite as impressive as the one-hit KO that Mitchell brings to the ring.
Hmm. Boom.
And there's an intermission had, so to speak, as all the gates open and the various contestants can actually come out into the ring as the Sapphire King announces. And before we get to tonight's main event, let's go ahead and give it up for all of our lovely contenders. And the young lady sort of ushers you all out.
And Opal looks around as they're being ushered out. She puts a hand up and tries to behave graciously. Yeah, but not too gracious. Not as gracious as a Bruja ever does.
From the Gangrel contingent, the second that Rex walks out, you hear them chanting, Rex, 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 Rex.
He kisses his index and middle fingers and holds them up.
And Duke Mericana gets up on the mic. Well, you can see all of our competitors here who are vying for a spot. Some of them have won, some of them have lost, some of them have yet to fight. But allow me to introduce our Elite Four who have already gotten a pre-entry and a direct invite from the Sapphire King himself. And 4 people join him on the podium, and the crowd goes nuts. I have the phenomenal Phoenix Daniels, and the man with the hood just sort of walks forward, crouches down, and then holds up both arms out in front of him. And the crowd loves it. I have La La Danger. And the woman with the dark red hair steps forward and kind of gives the finger guns in front of her face. We have Socio Aaron Emerald. And the woman with the orange hair comes forward and she bends over at the waist and sort of twirls her right arm around in a circle until she comes up, pumping the fist up into the air. And last but not least, the deadly Bully Dean. And the man with the chain around his neck looks directly at Rex and gives the hand symbol that you see in the picture here.
Rex meets his gaze and goes,
And as that's all going on, Mitchell, you feel someone, like if you could feel the heat from someone's eyes on the back of your neck, you might be on fire.
Mitchell will turn his head.
You're the one that took out Polly, huh?
The one and only.
I'm looking to see you in the tournament. Look for Raging Ruby Rogue. I'll do to you. I'll do twice what you did to Pauly D.
First rule of talking shit. You do it. Prepare to get hit.
And she'll hold both arms out, standing right here.
Raging Ruby Rogue, huh? We'll see you later.
And she'll just kind of give like a kiss gesture with her lips as the competitors begin to head back to their corners. Rex,
yes.
As you're walking back, somebody like, you know, when somebody bumps into you and they kind of give you that shoulder shrug to make it seem like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Guy who's probably got a good foot on you and a lot of weight sort of looks down at you, looks you up and down. Watch where you're fucking going.
Ain't my fault you forgot how to walk, titties.
You're the guppy, right?
I guess we'll find out.
Guess I'll be going fishing in the Invitational if I see you across the ring from me.
You can go ahead, but be careful. I bite. And he goes.
And he looks at you confidently, and then he walks off, leaving you to talk to Mitchell.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but he got a sun and a moon and a star on his chest. Man, that guy got so much titty space he could paint the whole night sky on them bitches.
Well, at least he's acting real tough.
Young lady, as she gets the last, as she hands off Mitchell's vial of blood to him for him to do whatever he wants with.
And take it and just drink it.
Yeah. She kind of looks over at Rex. That's King Draven, sweetie. I wouldn't get on his bad side. He has a tendency for going a little bit beyond the scope of the rules.
Well, that's a shame.
Everybody likes a good villain. Everybody likes a villain to get the comeuppance. And she'll wink at Rex.
He just kind of eyes her up and down, doesn't really say much.
All right, Rex, you're up next.
Mitchell chuckles. Hey, Rex, go be a hero. Take down the villain.
Hero ain't my style, but we'll see.
How about vigilante then?
I guess we'll just see. He gives him a toothy smirk.
And is Rex providing his own music? If you catch my drift.
Oh, no.
All right.
There was the one I told you I didn't send you a link. Sorry.
So as Rex goes up to the gateway, does he have anything to say?
You mean when the mic comes down and it gets passed around?
No, just something to say while I was getting your music queued up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rex looks up to the gangrel section, and he gives him the good old empowerment fist of victory there, and as he looks around, surveying the battlefield itself, just kind of getting an idea for where he wants to put this motherfucker's head.
All right. Well, as your gate opens, your music begins to play. And it's pretty clear that the crowd is going nuts. And the young lady tells you to wait until the actual crescendo of the music to give the crowd more of what they want. So explain to what he does whenever the music drops.
Rex comes in, bouncing, swinging. He is just full of fucking energy, making his way up the stage. Not necessarily taking his time, but he has intervals where he's bouncing and swinging. He stops, and he keeps going, and he stops, and he keeps going. He raises his fists up as he enters the ring.
He is all but and ready to fight. He would not let us take his measurements, so we do not know. Representing the kingdom of Brooklyn, Rex.
He raises his chin up with his teeth showing and just ah!
Yeah, and the gangrel, actually most of the crowd is actually going pretty nuts for you. Fill me in for about 15 seconds.
So yeah. Rex Rex hops into the ring after proclaiming his teeth to the sky and hollering out and having already acknowledged the gangrel. His face doesn't necessarily calm down a whole heap and lot, but he's still got a good mean mug going on as he puts his arms down, ready to see he who talketh the shit.
Well, as you do that, there is a sudden sort of there's a chant going, and it's Joe, 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 and then the music plays out over the loudspeakers. And the gate opens, and a man who is thick-set in all manners of ways comes out. He's got a mean look on his face. And as his music hits just with the actual beat of the music, there's just a constant Joe, Joe, Joe chant. And you can tell that this guy is a favorite of the crowd, because even some of the people that cheered you are also chanting Joe. And Sapphire King raises to his feet. Coming out of the luscious place known as Southern California, we have the most vile, the most foul, and the most vicious Cocaina Joe. And the crowd goes nuts as he walks up and stands across from Rex, and he's sort of bouncing, looking more like a boxer or a mixed martial arts fighter than a showman, as he's just got that glower on his face, and he's got it aimed directly at you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you domesticated pet. You ready to go one-on-one with someone who's got some real wild blood in his veins?
He tosses a mic over to Rex.
Yeah.
Rex takes the mic and he looks at him and he says, I'm going to show you exactly what a vicious animal is. And he looks out at the crowd and he says, I didn't come here to give y'all a show. I ain't here to build up no fucking Battledome. I'm here to show, and he points at him, a punk-ass motherfucker what happens when you step up to a Brooklyn beast.
And there's just sort of this this chant that gets the three claps, and you hear West Coast, and then there is a follow-up chant that has the same claps that says East Coast. And go ahead and roll me your charisma expression, Rex.
I don't have expression.
Roll me your charisma, Rex.
2 successes.
Some people seem to respond to you. They're not chanting the East versus West thing at the moment, but they are certainly just cheering you, just chanting out Rex. And Mike raises up, and it's time to roll initiative as the gong rings. You're going first.
Yeah, buddy. Going to blood buff dex by 1 and activating fortitude. That's like reflexive before taking damage, right? Or
yeah, you can do it like on your turn, and that just means any damage that comes your way is auto soaked this for this round.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do the I'll activate my fortitude.
All right.
And he's going for a punch. 9, 10, less than 2, 6, 1. Jesus, 2 successes.
All right. Roll your damage.
2, 3 plus strength is currently 4, 5, 6, 7. Unless I'm forgetting anything, it's just 7 and 5. Five successes.
Damn. See if you can soak some of that. He soaked 4 of it.
Eesh.
As you definitely hit. You hit him pretty squarely, and it's certainly a solid hit. But when you hit him, even though there is a fair bit of flab on him, a fair bit of body fat, there's definitely muscle behind it, and there's definitely fortitude behind it. That much you can tell for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to look at you, and he's just going to give you an evil smirk, and he is going to activate for potence. He's just going to slug you back. No knives, no fancy moves. Just a completely missed shot. Rex, it's your go.
And yeah, he just kind of retorts back with, "Too slow." And do I have to re-up on fortitude every round, or?
Yes. Every round that you want auto soak.
I'm going to do that and pop another one into strength if that's cool.
Sure.
Alrighty. So that is going to be... Yep. 6 successes.
Very nice, buddy.
6, 7.
I think he's going to have to spend for fortitude here.
No.
A lot of dice. Do you have a brawl specialty?
It's for biting.
Ah, okay.
Come on, Discord.
Has it stopped working?
Of course it would on my round.
Nope. Still works for me.
How many dice do you want me to roll for you, bud?
Oh, wait, you rolled Dice Max?
Yeah, he just typed in something. You had 6 successes on your attack. You haven't. It doesn't show you as posting your damage around.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I did. I rolled a 12d10 at diff 5.
All right, I will roll it for you and see if it gets. See if it works for me. Diff 5, you said?
Yes, sir.
Shit, you have 2 successes.
Damn.
You know
I
what,
don't-
Robbie? Just type in there and see if we get you coming through.
12d10. There we
There
go.
you go.
All right, that's a little bit better. So he's going to auto soak 3 of that. Let's see if he can handle any more than that.
Mm-hmm.
No, he takes 4 lethal as you hit him hard enough to make him stumble.
Ooh. Ooh. Ah.
And he is going to spend to buff his dex. And he is going to spend for potence, and he is going to swing back at you.
What gen is this dude?
Hadn't really decided. Haven't given any of these guys gens.
Damn.
So there's 4 successes. So he's got strength 4 plus 3, that's 7. So Rex has a grand total of 7 lethal coming at him. You spent for auto soak on potent or fortitude. Yes?
Yeah, so it's really just the 4.
Yeah.
Now, do you add your fortitude to the roll still to soak, or
No,
is that
when
just-
you use it, you don't get the passive bonus anymore.
Alrighty, I was just double checking.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna soak
Ooh.
any of it.
So yeah, he doesn't hit you as quite as hard back, but he definitely hits you back hard, and it shows you that he's no pushover.
Ooh. Rex at 4 lethal. This dude's at 5 lethal.
Mm.
So as he stands there and he's bleeding from the jaw and the mouth, he's got his hands still up, and he's looking at you. Still just got this mean ass glower on his face. Doesn't seem to have any respect for Rex whatsoever.
Clobber him, Rex!
And you hear from at least half the crowds, people shouting, "Joe is gonna kill you! Joe is gonna kill you!"
I can only buff up to 5, right?
You
can buff to
up
6.
Buff up to 6. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll buff my strength up by 1 more.
Okay.
And I will spend for fortitude again. Yep.
All right. Keeping track of your blood?
Yep. I'm
right.
at 5 currently. I don't have to make that roll yet.
Nah, you got 2 more before you got to make that roll.
So that is 90-10. Let's move with these guys.
Keep in mind of your wound penalties unless you want to spend a point of willpower.
Oh yeah, spending willpower. Sorry.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's 2 successes. Is 1 plus strength. 7, 8, 9 for good right hook. It's looking like just 9. Damn.
Just 9 dice, he says.
8 successes.
All right. He is going to spend for fortitude, but I don't know how much it's going to help in this case.
Hmm.
So he takes 4 more. Tell me how you knock his ass down.
Yeah. When he's got his dukes up and they say Joe's gonna kill you, he looks him right in the eye and he smiles. Just a little bit of blood in his jaws. And he looks him right in the eyes and he says, "Think again." Brings his fist out, connects right to his chin in a shuriken. Flying into the air, Joe's chin goes back, flying not to like the opposite side of the room, but off of his feet, just like an inch, and then falls sweatily to his back.
Well, about 40% of the crowd and the gangrel contingent, so it's a good sizable number of people, are definitely cheering you on. However, the Coquina Joe fans are definitely shouting, "Bullshit! Bullshit!" And Duke Mericana comes up to the mic, and he goes, "Oh, well, it looks like that savory bit down there, Mr. Rex has won this spot in the Invitational." And he'll look down at Rex. "That was quite a convincing battle, quite a convincing victory, my friend. Let me ask you, do you save a rematch with Coquina Joe in the Invitational?"
I already paid him his due for his disrespect. If he gonna keep mouthing off, he gonna get it again. If he ain't, I don't right give 2 shits.
Well, Mr. Coquina Joe is known for his shit talking, so it is going to continue regardless. But I want to know, do you want him to go into the tournament alongside you, or shall he stay here this year?
His bark don't match his bite. Only the strongest survive, and only the strongest make it. He lost. he gets to spend his time thinking about it. That's a hard no.
And the Joe fans become even more rabid as they start just jeering you. Some of them are throwing like their plastic cups with remnants of blood in them down into the arena floor.
Blood cups, oh god.
Yeah, blood cups. They definitely got the Club Succubus logo on them, so you know who's providing refreshment for this event. And yeah,
Rex just kind of bathes in it, just holds his arms out.
and your gate opens as people from the other side grab Joe and cart him out.
Yep, he'll even do kind of that chest bump to like try and intimidate some of them. Like, what you want some, but like not actually saying some, you know.
Well, you definitely get some more booze and whatnot from them, but it's those kind of booze that the sore losers give out. And the young lady kind of smirks as you come back through the gate. Well, it looks like the Cammy reigns supreme, Toots.
Nice job, Rex.
Thanks. And he gives him a pat on the shoulder. I did what I came here to do.
And the door that you came in opens up, and you can see a couple of look to be, well, for lack of a better term, guards wearing like armor, very modern looking armor, but they're carrying what looks to be they got swords on their hip and shotguns in hand. And then somebody walks through the door just clapping. Oh my, that was just incredible to watch. Oh, wow, that was absolutely spectacular. Rex, isn't it?
And he nods while licking the blood off of his teeth.
The winner of our main event tonight. It's good to see such talent coming out of the Ivory Tower. I was a little bit worried that we would have to do all the work coming up in this war.
Nah. We already had a foothold before the backup came.
Wow, that is amazing. And he'll look over at Mitchell. And One Punch Man here. I have not seen that out of someone your size in, well, quite a while.
He talks shit. He got hit.
Just so confident the two of you are. I like that. I can sell that. I can promote that. I can make the people that hate you even more. And I can make the people that like you just absolutely adore you. So
Well, at least you got a good show. One of them was really was over really quickly, and then Rex bringing in the long fight.
Well, let me go ahead and be the first to award you with these, and he'll hand out silver tokens.
Is it the same smiling face?
The same smiling face, except only this one's got like the thumbs up in the bottom, like bottom elliptical of it.
He is so vain. I love it.
So, welcome to the Silver League, and Silver League gains you automatic entry into my invitational. I'm I am sure that you're honored to be there. I know I would be.
So this love from the people and the crowds and these wins, what's that mean for the war coming up?
Well, I mean, when you think about it, like an army needs morale, right? That's what I provide. Is I provide a service that boosts the morale of everyone around here, and just like Bear Grylls used to say, you need to have morale, or you're just gonna wither and die.
Man, Bear Grylls drink his own piss. I ain't, nah. But I see you got friends. And he points to the guards.
Well, when you get to a lofty position such as mine, people tend to resent that, So I am doing what I need to do to make sure that I can continue to do business.
They share the blood?
Oh, with me? That's a bit of a mystery now, isn't it? So, as you move up in my tournament, you will gain entry to the various levels. You'll go from now where you're silver. If you win, you will go to gold. If you go from gold, you will win through gold, you will go to platinum. If you win in platinum, you will go to diamond. And last but not least, if you win in diamond, you will get into the red cards of the challenger tier. And, well, there are quite big and illustrious prizes for those that reach the challenger tier.
The prizes for the rest of the tiers are just our morale and a lot of fame.
Oh, a little bit of that, but anybody who makes it into diamond or better gets one of these lovely little things, and he'll pull out from his pocket a red coin. Have any of you heard of the Red Sisters Midnight Bazaar?
Nope.
That's a mystery place, right?
It is indeed. And, well, you can find all sorts of stuff there, but to gain entry, you have to have a token. And certain things are only purchasable with said tokens. There's a purse for each tier. If you wish to cash out, you may do so. If you hit diamond or better, of course.
Intriguing. Very intriguing.
And we've been able to sweeten the deal a little bit. A little birdie tells me that there's a good chance that some of your enemies are looking to get involved in this tournament as well. And I can see to it that any member of the Camarilla here that puts on a good fight like you just did tonight will be able to participate in said red card matches against those specific individuals. How's that sound?
That sounds like a win for you.
Well, everything that happens within my tournament is a win for me.
We'll see it when we reach that point, won't we? Oh, bye. Do we need to hand one of these to Opal as well?
And he'll pull out a third silver token, hand it over to Rex.
I got you.
So, anything that you two have to ask me before I go and see the other competitors and grace them with the radiance that is my presence?
I do. I get letting the swords come in for the big money-making match bullshit. But we in a war. How come they ain't getting dropped on the spot?
Well, it's really quite simple. See, you dangle a carrot in front of somebody's face, and they follow, right?
Sometimes.
So, the Red Sisters Midnight, they only they provide to anyone who has the ability to gain entry. I just happen to be someone that gets a higher number of tokens to gain entry. And, well, if you dangle a carrot in a place where you have a setup, what is that called? Come on, somebody's got to have an answer here.
Trap. That's what that is.
That's right, a trap. A gold star to Mitchell over here. Man with the lovely beard. So that's the basic idea. Plus, if they happen to lose in a red card match, well, I can't be blamed for that now, can I?
Yeah, and if we lose, the same happens to us.
Well, it's all opt-in on both sides, so if you happen to, meet your end, you chose to be there. If not, you can wait to see them on the battlefield.
Either way, at one point we'll fight them.
I guess we'll see.
I happen to know that one of the sword is already requesting to fight one of your Toreador friends. Apparently one that's an impeccable dresser.
I know the type.
Mitchell's gonna look to Rex. Like, oh no.
He's just gonna nod back. If just kind of confirming that he has similar suspicions.
So is there anything else that either of you two want to ask me before I head on out?
Nothing from me, Duke.
That's King.
Oh, well, King. Your Royal Highness.
And he just kind of like closes or kind of squints his eyes and smirks and shimmies his shoulders a little bit when you say that.
God damn it, Jeff Goldblum.
For his part, Rex just says, maybe more. See you at Elysium.
I look forward to it. Gotta have some royalty up in there. And he smirks and he'll turn on his heel and walk away. Pretty good deal.
Oh man, this is such a rat trap for every party involved. So how come you get to work for him? What do you do to end up here?
Oh, me? Well, took me in off the streets when I was running away from some unsavory types. And he offered me shelter in exchange for service. So I help out with the Battledome and with the Invitational, and I provide other services for more of the pleasing aesthetic in some of his other establishments.
I can see that. This an interesting place. Let me tell you that.
You think this is an interesting place? You should see his orgy club.
That an invitation?
I mean, if you want to go into the Orchard Club, you can. Just saying, there's a lot of transference of blood there, so people walk out with blood bonds and all that sort of shit.
Nothing better than eats, huh?
Well, there's eats, and there's also a good chance that something might go into a hole that you weren't expecting.
Yep. Good old days.
I think your friend Opal might be into it.
Opal's into anything. Like, literally anything. Mitchell's just a sort of like flatlined.
Rex
Well-
kind of tosses up what's supposed to be Opal's silver piece in the air and catches it and says, "When I drop it off, I'll let her know."
Well, just remember that only people who have silver entry or higher get into that particular club.
Dang, exclusivity.
Absolutely. Only the people that get into the invitational themselves and honored guests get to go in there. Nobody straight off the street, nobody who can't make it past bronze. You know, don't want any scrubs in the midst of the undead elite, as it were.
Weak blood don't survive.
Weak blood don't live. Well, shall we head out?
Yeah, we got business.
I'm just gonna put his shirt back on. And once they get ready to leave, he actually turns around and asks, "Oh, one more thing. Say you were to compete in these. What rank would you be?"
Last year, I placed platinum.
Fucking A.
I cashed out. I saw the diamond tier, and I was like, I don't want to fight the big guy with scales. I don't know if he could kick my ass, but I'm pretty sure I know he would definitely try to kick my ass. And he's got probably a good 700 pounds on me. Fucking Indy Zamisi over there with a good bit of battle experience behind him.
About the scales. What team he repping?
Oh, he fights for himself. He's been in the Sapphire Kings racket for a while now, but he goes between here and the Battledome down in Louisiana, run by the Ruby King.
What, there's more gemstones?
Oh, there's a gemstone. There's a king or queen for each gemstone, sweetheart.
Fucking A.
All around the world, and we do pretty good business. We do cross-promotional fights, and everybody loves to see the grand champions every 10 years go at it.
The scales, fella.
Mm-hmm.
Don't suppose you can pass along where he's staying at? I'd like to have a word.
He stays at the Sapphire King's estate. If you want, I can pass along that you'd like to have a meetup with him.
Appreciate it.
Has to be somewhere where he can access drainage pipes and all that sort of stuff, because he can't exactly walk around.
I know a good spot.
Well, then I'll pass along your message.
Appreciate it.
And she'll just lean forward and put a single fingertip underneath Rex's chin. You know, I see something absolutely delightful about you. something in your history.
You know.
Something,
Sorry.
something dastardly. Are you a lifetime sinner, sweetheart? You don't look like a good Christian boy to me.
You're not my type.
Wow, talk about the cold shoulder.
Let's go, Rex.
And he'll just kind of passively run his thumb just along her cheek, kind of appreciatively, like, thanks for the compliment.
Damn it, Robbie.
And yep, he'll step away to head off with Mitchell.
And you can see various peoples milling about out there in the main sort of lobby area. But you happen to notice that one of the guys is sitting on a rather large sort of stack of crates that are kind of set up in like a big lounge chair sort of thing, where it's like the arms of it are just underneath his armpits. And he seems to be lounging there, picking his teeth with a very long-fashioned toothpick. It'll probably work as a good steak.
Rex doesn't pay any mind. He's looking to get out with Mitchell.
Do you need to grab something to eat first before we're heading out? Because, boy, you don't look so good.
Nah, I'm fine. I get something a little closer to home.
All right.
Oh, Vinny, Rex did get his vial back, right?
Yes.
Yep, he'll down that in this appropriate timing.
Well, add 1 blood to your blood pool. And as the night widens down, a few dark matches between mortals to the death continue on. And unless there's anything else, I do believe we can call that a scene. All right, then. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We will see you next time in LWoD Vampire Venue. Camarilla in the streets and Sabat in the sheets.